And welcome to another episode of Voice of Thermopolis podcast. I'm Aaron.
I'm Taylor.
And we're here to hang out today. We don't have any special guests. We're just gonna throw one out here for you guys. Talk about what's going on. I don't know if you know about this weekend, but it's going to be huge.
Super big. Sorry we haven't done one in a while. Aaron decided he wanted to go on vacation and do the things with his family.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to take some time off and do some fun things this summer. It was pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah, it was cool. You held down the fort. That was very proud of you.
Please don't make me do that again. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's going to happen again. There will be a time in which you have to do that again.
Well, I'm out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess here's my keys, my gun, my badge. I'm out.
I want my blood type back. Like,
we never gave you a badge or a gun.
What is that from? Oh, The Office, where Dwight starts They're like, we never gave you a badge or something like that.
Right.
Don't come at me. I'm pretty sure it was The Office though.
So I was lost in all of the stuff that's been going on lately, and it was a lot. I totally forgot July 12th and 13th this weekend.
Yep,
is the big one. Is the Wyoming Discovery Days,
and we're getting Lori Morgan instead of Chase Rice, and Chancey Williams will be here as well.
Yes, confirmed. All of it's confirmed. All of it's booked. All of it's set in stone. It's not changing. It's not going away.
Right.
We're getting huge music here.
Yes,
iconic.
I bought a ticket for my mom because she was really excited about her, and I was like, I don't know who she is.
Yeah,
and she goes, oh, it's this song and this song, and I was like, that doesn't tell me nothing, but okay. So I bought her a ticket to go with me, and I was like, I bought it now. You can't back out. Like, you're going with me regardless.
You get to see this iconic concert,
right?
Whether you like it or not.
Depending, she floated the river yesterday, and I gotta show you the sunburn. Like that hurt me.
Oh no!
But that's her back.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. It's so cherry red. Yeah. It is so cherry.
Yeah, like. Dang. And I was like, and I thought I got burnt at the lake the other day. Like, god dang.
No, you didn't. Not compared to that.
Not compared to that. Like, she sent me that picture and I was like,
I know a guy who was like, he got burnt up pretty good on floating the river, where everyone's putting sunscreen on. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm a man. You know that one of those guys. He earned that one. He was scorched.
Oh, I bet.
He couldn't move very well the next day. He was like basically like sun poison, where like you feel really sick after being so much heat on, like the sunburns are really bad. So yeah, he was basically like sun sick the next day and like out of commission. I'm like, oh yeah, you're just gonna be a man, huh?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How's this feel, manly man? Like, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna peel. I'm just gonna tan after this. I'm like, you're gonna peel.
You're gonna peel.
And it's gonna be the whitest skin.
Yeah, like this.
Like,
dude. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got red. I wasn't even in the sun that long. So.
White. You have a lot of white.
I do have a lot of white.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, had a wedding on Saturday.
Super fun.
No, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was the most untraditional wedding I think I'd ever been to. Whoa. It was so cool. The only traditional thing about it was Liz was in a dress. And she was so pretty. She was gorgeous. I loved it. We all had so much fun. I found out at 7:00 that morning that I was officiating the wedding.
Oh no. Surprise.
Yeah.
Hope you're ready for that.
Yeah, a few hours later I found out they had decided this a week ago. But I wasn't told.
Everyone's like, did you tell her? No, I'll get to her though. It's one of those things.
I hear Liz. I forgot. I was like, oh, you just forgot to tell me that I was officiating the wedding until 7:00 this morning?
You don't need it officiated, but just say so. If you need an out, give me 2 blinks at the altar.
Right, like, are you okay? Like, yeah, so that was fun. I was like, how do you want this? Do you want it just as basic as possible? And she goes, yep. I said, okay, bet. That's what I did. Sean tells me, he goes, don't look at me. I'm going to make you laugh. I said, stop. Like,
now it's in your head.
Yeah, now it's in my head. Second wedding I've ever done. Mm-hmm. The first one was Sean and Tatum's. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is cool. So I have it pulled up on my phone. My head's kind of buried in my phone trying to read the script. Mm-hmm. I have my cousin Casey and Liz giggling, and I was like, you guys need to stop right now. So we're like all just giggling up there. And I told them, I was like, it's going to be fast. I don't want to be out in the sun. It is too hot for this because you guys decided, let's do this in the sun. And we're like, okay. Mm-hmm. So we go out there and somebody's like, do you have video of that? She goes, yep, all 6 minutes of it. I was like, yes.
Speed run. We're just speed run this wedding. We'll get you done before the sun's up.
Oh, literally. That's what it was.
Before the sunburn kicks in.
Yeah.
Get you taken care
Well,
of.
and I didn't even realize it until Nathan, my cousin, started attacking me with the sunscreen. And I mean, got my whole face, my sunglasses were still on my eyes, like my watch was covered, just everything. And I was like, okay, I guess I need it. Like,
yeah.
Cool.
And missed a spot.
Apparently.
Yeah, your shoulder there.
Oh, it was after I was already burnt and didn't realize it.
Goodness.
And he's like, oh, you're a little red. Let me just.
So where was it
douse
at?
you. It was at the Boyson Lake, but it was on the other side of Shoshone.
Wow.
Frere or something.
Is it a cool spot over there?
Yeah, it's really cool. Got some shade, that's for sure. That made me pretty damn happy.
Hey, by the lake and shade, that's a win.
Yeah, the only downfall about that though is there's no bathroom right there at that camp spot. So you have to get in your vehicle and drive like half a mile to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Probably not half a mile, I'm probably being dramatic, but it felt like half a mile because I really had to go to the potty.
Half a mile to get to the bathroom. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, and it's a big camp spot too. Like I don't understand why.
There wouldn't be an on-site bathroom.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. I did get a hammock for my birthday though.
What?
Yep.
I just put up hammocks yesterday.
Yeah. So my mom's best friend Trish, her and her husband were there, and Sam, he's such a great guy. I love that guy. And he brings a hammock. Well, he gets up to go swimming. I was like, well, I'm going to sit in it. And I was giving him a hard time. I told him, I said, I want a hammock for my birthday. And he's like, okay. So then I sat in the hammock again, and I was really just being a smart ass. And I was like, I'm just going to sit in the hammock that Sam's going to give me for my birthday. And he goes, you know what? F it. Happy birthday. And I was like,
Hey.
for real? Like, hell yeah.
You're like making a joke, and he's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right. Like, well, so they live in Alaska, and he uses a hammock on the ferry, so he doesn't have to pay for a cabin.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's a 2.5 day ferry ride from Washington to Alaska.
Really?
Yeah.
2.5 days?
2.5 days.
A whole weekend stay
Yeah.
on the river.
Could you imagine how awesome that would be, though? But I do too bad. It's fine. We're doing great.
I'm from Washington State.
It's Monday.
Like, like, on the river. Yeah, I am, like, messed up today, so.
We're good.
My allergies yesterday, everything, so. Yeah, I apologize if I'm a little bit, like, I feel groggy, I feel swollen. Ugh.
Right. So, yeah. And so Trish was like, well, now you don't have to pack at home. And he goes, yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
Right.
So you got, like, a hammock. How'd you put it up? There's, like, trees around or something?
No, it's got one of those. Like, I'll show you.
It has a stand with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just ordered 2 stands.
Did you?
So one trick I thought would be
Yeah, so you got the stands
Oh,
here.
that's so
my little
baller.
nephew. He wanted to hang out with me. And then shortly after that, he poured the bubbles in his eyeballs.
Little picture of a little guy holding a bubble thing where you dip the little bubble wand in, and but
He I look over because he was sitting with me. I look over and he's got it up to here, and it just. And I was like, "Oh no!" And he starts screaming, and we're like, "Yeah, I bet that
flush
did
him
hurt."
with some water.
Yep, I bet that hurt.
Get it out of his face. Oh man, poor guy.
I know I love him so much. I love my nephews.
So, are you going to the Discovery Days?
I am. Yeah. It's supposed to be super hot, so I don't know how much I'm gonna hang out because I'll probably complain about the heat the whole time if I'm gonna be honest. But I'm at least gonna go check it out. Like I want to see, because Audra has been telling us like there's gonna be some super cool things like
The whole list here, yeah.
yeah, the whole entire list. Like
Food
you got
trucks are gonna be sweet to check out.
Oh,
the artists,
duh,
the
yeah,
artistry,
yeah.
the craftsmen's.
she said something about the 3D printer guys coming too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, she was just on the phone with some of the food trucks.
Yeah.
Getting those squared away.
yeah, the Dash Hound. You know what? The Wiener Dog race. That's what we're gonna call it.
Oh yeah, the Wiener Dog race.
The Wiener Dog
I
race.
was so pumped when I was hearing about that.
Yeah.
So I got there. It is. Ah yeah. Man.
The Pony Express mail station, I think, is really cool.
Yeah, that'd be some heritage to be checking into and
Yeah.
really getting behind. You know, I think there's like 2 types of kind of people. It's like people that look at history and be like, "Oh man, it's so nostalgic," and like we should, learn the lessons of the past. Like that are kind of in it, and then other people are like, "Why do I care what happened yesterday?" Like that kind of thing. I'm a futurist, I guess. So like I'm closer to the spectrum of being like, why, history repeats itself. I don't. No. Like, I don't think they've ever had quantum computing. I don't know, back in the pioneer days or back in, 100 years from now, 100 years ago. Like, so how is it going to repeat itself, like that kind of thing.
I don't know if that's necessarily the history they're talking about. I think they're more worried about another like Hitler invading.
Oh, yeah, right? And I think that we have enough things in place to be able to, like, account for that. We see that coming, right? Like, a lot of people are waving flags, and I'm not going to get political.
Yeah,
I'm going to get out of that. But, a lot of people, like, go, oh, yeah, it's going to repeat itself. But there's, like, so many things and so many entities watching the past that, looking into the future, like, it's going to be different, right? And I think that with all these, like, watchdog groups of people, regardless of how it looks, we're gonna be fine. Like people are into making sure that stuff doesn't repeat itself.
Right. I mean, when you look at World War II and the Holocaust and everything, I mean, you get some Germans who essentially pretend it never happened because of how embarrassed they are about it.
Yeah.
When I was 18, give or take, I had met this woman. The pottery house outside of town?
Yeah.
So the older gal that used to live there before she had passed away was 13 when World War II happened.
Whoa.
I got to sit down and talk to her about the German perspective of everything. And that was probably one of the coolest things. Like, some people I've told about it are just kind of like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. And I'm like, see, World War II is one of my favorite topics. Mm-hmm. So being able to hear a German perspective on it, even as a teenager, is the coolest thing. Because all you ever hear about is American perspective.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we have a lot of...
I mean, she understands it was wrong, 100%. But she's like, you have to understand, when you're growing up in this, of course it was right. Like...
Yeah, you thought you were on the right side of things.
Right.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, of course I want my country to be great. Yeah, of course I want to. Yeah, like, of course we want to like, be prosperous when we don't have functioning water and
right,
and stuff like that. Like, of course, the quality of life for people. So, I just don't I don't buy into the whole like history thing a lot. I do like enjoy learning about the past and stuff and learning about this because those are experiences that people have had, and I'm really about like the life experience. Like trying things out, and being involved in that. And like the more stories I have in my life from things I've done is the more stories that other people also have in their life that they've done. And if we could share those stories, so like being on my deathbed, I want to be able to like share really cool stories with my family and be able to pass that down,
right,
and let them hear that. That's history that I will be sharing, right? I'm sitting out there with a campfire last night. It was super nice. Sitting out there, had a little couple coals burning, and just thinking, having a little backyard camp out with the kiddos and stuff. And I was like, it wasn't even that long ago where we had like, cowboys and people had like the family horse and like, it was like really primitive. And now here we are like, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm talking about like, oh, maybe I should get like a solar thing to be able to like charge the equipment out here in the backyard or a drop cable from the house or something.
Right.
Like that way I could charge like a phone or something if I needed to, right? And I'm thinking about that and like, that's like glamping, right? Like why don't we just, it was like appreciative of that we didn't have to be in those times anymore. But we've come so far so fast, now again we're talking about quantum level computing things. Like we're talking about warehouses of computers. 100 years ago, was that even like, it wasn't fathomable,
right,
that we would have the stuff we have now. And I was just kind of like appreciative, like, wow, like it isn't that long ago that we've come up with something like that. And then now here we are even going further than that, thanks to the past, but also thanks to the people, in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy seeing, how the world has changed. And I think that's one thing I love about the history is, like you see how the world has changed and how we got to where we are today.
Yeah.
Like it's so insane. And I mean, yeah, like glamping has become a super popular thing. You get a big fancy fifth wheel or camper or some RV even.
How do you prefer to camp? Like, what's your favorite way if you're going to do it? Your ideal way. How about that?
Well, it just kind of depends on where I'm at.
Sure. Okay.
But
let's say Grand Tetons and you're playing a weekend.
Honestly, I'm kind of a traditional camper. Like, just give me at least an air mattress and a tent with the sleeping bag. Like,
You say traditional, like give me an air mattress, Wi-Fi, and a tent.
Listen.
And a working bathroom.
At least the bathroom. The bathroom's kind of important here, okay? I got stomach problems.
Super primitive and traditional, okay?
I never said no. I never said that.
I know. I'm in the same podcast. Just rewind like 10 seconds ago. Just said all of that.
Okay, listen. So when I was a kid, I could sleep on the ground, no problem. But trying to do that now, I'm like, can't move.
I
Can't do it.
know. Oh man,
So hard.
Yeah.
I see how kids sleep nowadays, and I'm like, I used to kid.
I used to do that. I used to bounce right back up.
Yeah.
I used to pour bubbles on my face and just recover 10 minutes later like it never happened again.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a cut on my finger, and now I'm like, I have a boo-boo that's going to last me a week, and that really hurts. Like, it's
gosh.
fine.
Yeah, I have a bee sting that's still...
Dang.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what's happening there. I think maybe there's a piece of it in there. I don't know how it works. Yeah. I've
wild.
had plenty of bee stings in my life, but my kids are terrified. Terrified of them. They're like wasps, right? So they're little jerks. the wasps are, and sometimes the kids. I was just walking up the like ramp to my house because we don't have like stairs to the porch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a ramp, and my hand must have like grazed or like swatted one on accident, or got close enough to him that he was mad and he just got me. And I was like, oh man, I got stung. And my kid was like, oh my god, are you gonna be okay? I'm like, oh yeah. Well, it's just a bee sting. Like,
Right, like, it's fine.
like, it's a wasp, Dad. I'm like, calm down. Like, it'll be okay. And so, like, yeah, even before that, he's terrified of even going near him. Like, there's one
Your
over
youngest?
there. Yeah. Well, not the youngest. He's the middle kid.
Hmm.
Yeah. And he's just terrified of it. I'm like, all right, listen. You can't live in fear around these things. Like, they're going to exist. You gotta just to deal with it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm just like, okay, listen, you could either be afraid and then you're most likely going to get stung because you're going to be so afraid and then when you get stung, it's going to be worse, or just live your life and then deal with that. And
right.
Like, they won't bother you if you're not trying to be deliberately bothering them. That's how I go about it. And yeah, once in a while you might accidentally swat one and get stung, but
I got stung in the throat once. Like right dead center.
Whoa. I didn't realize it, but there was this big old bee's nest on like a swing set when I was a really little kid, and I didn't realize it. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to probably excuse myself. But we're gonna finish this out real quick. So like I was swinging, and it was like having my own little time, and then I noticed there's a couple bees around me. I'm like, oh man, like I probably should go away. I look up and there's the bee's nest. I'm like, oh my, and then we're talking like a softball sized bee's nest on this thing. I didn't notice, and I'm like, oh, I was terrified, and I'm running away, and I have the swarm of bees around me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm running into the house. Ah! Like, rightfully
See,
so.
at that point, that's where it's scary. When you have a swarm of bees, because,
Yeah.
I mean, when you get, what is it, like 100 bee stings or more, at that point,
yeah,
it's,
there's a lethal amount.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, that would be, but that wasn't me, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have.
You can go up to 99, but you got 100.
I saw in like the same. I was in the same house, like not even that long after
Right.
that. Really little, and we went to go into the barn and jump from the loft into the hay piles. That was a fun thing to do as a kid, and at the neighbor's yard. And so we would go do that. Well, guess what? That's how I found out I was allergic to all types of grass.
Oops.
I jump off the loft into this big hay pile. Oh, that first time was kind of fun. Oh, I'm feeling really itchy in my eyes, but like it was really fun. Going to go do it again. Went to do it again. I come out of that hay pile. I was swollen. I was like Violet from Willy Wonka. I was just like, I'm so swollen, like, and straight up like the worst allergy attack you could have. And I'm trying to. My brother's trying to lead me to the house, and we're trying to walk back, and just like, Mom, what do I do? Oh, she's like, oh my god,
Right.
We're getting you to the hospital. Like, this is beyond like, here, take a Claritin.
Yeah.
So yeah, surprise! I did an allergy test. I was allergic to every type of grass. So yard work is a challenge for me.
I bet.
Yeah.
Let's go race it. My new water bottle should be coming today.
Oh, with the sharks.
Yeah, they're so cute. I'll have to show everybody a picture if they can see it. I'm really excited about it.
You have that like privacy filter thing, so sometimes it's hard to see.
I'll turn my brightness up. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hold, please. See, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really cute, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah. So when's your birthday?
This Thursday, the 10th.
Thursday. You guys don't have very long to get her gifts.
Yeah, guys, come on, get it together.
Yeah. I mean,
Even if it's just
hammocks on the list. We got water bottles.
Speaking
on the
of,
list.
Audra has little punch cards. Did you know that? I need
think
to.
I have a punch card somewhere.
Mine's in my Suburban. I can go grab that later.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's like the 10th or 6th one free or some crap.
I paid off the tab already.
yeah.
Yeah. You ran it up to $100. Just saying.
Me? I think I had 2 whole drinks on there. This one included.
I'm drinking water.
Well then. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably working this weekend, right? I'm
You sure
are. I'm sure you got me working to death.
Sure
Yeah.
are.
Like,
Not sorry.
Do I still have Sunday?
No.
You would.
I took Saturday, Sunday off.
You did,
So
yeah.
you have Monday, Tuesday. You'll be fine.
Oh, that's the logic we get to apply because it's not fun logic to have.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's basically what you told me when you went on 5 days. 5 days. I'm giving you 2, and you took 5.
Right.
Good luck.
Traumatized.
Yes, I am. Okay, that was really stressful.
It's gonna be cool though. I should have at least some time to be able to come visit
for
the
sure.
Discovery Days. Whether it's gonna be what is it 10 a.m. and yeah, so 10 a.m. I can probably get over there.
I can tell you right now when you work.
No, please. No one wants to hear about me working. Did you unmute?
Yeah.
We unmute. We're
yeah.
rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling.
I mean, yeah. So today's official news: Discovery Days this weekend, July 12th, July 13th.
That went so serious.
10 a.m. Yeah, I know, right? Suddenly gotta, like,
Oh crap!
yeah.
10 a.m. to 7 on Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday.
I'm Aaron, here to tell you, stay classy, Thermop.
Yeah.
What is that, like, doo-doo? What is the Anchorman stuff? Like, I love that movie.
Same.
You know what? Doing this podcast, like, I should watch that more just to, like, really get freshened up.
My favorite scene, I don't know why, is when he was like, "Can I have your attention, San Diego?" And then, "Cannonball!"
I like the, yes, that was at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the very, yep.
I'm more of a fan of like, well, that escalated quickly. Like the guy with the grenade and like
Loud noises. I love Steve Carell so much. Okay, back on track.
We're on track. It's a podcast. We're hanging out. We're having fun.
We're having a great time. So you asked Audra. I asked Audra if anything had changed from Discovery Days. We obviously know that Chase Rice will no longer be here. Again, it's going to be Lori Morgan and Chancey Williams. That should be a great time.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
like legendary.
I'm pretty excited about it.
And it wasn't Chase Rice's fault.
Yeah,
I want to make sure we let people know.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Chase Rice or Discovery Days. Things happened, and unfortunately, Chase Rice couldn't be here anymore.
We could track down the story if people are actually interested in more. Leave a comment if you actually are interested in tracking down the story of what happened there. It was kind of some shenanigans that was really, I think it was
unnecessary.
Yeah, it wasn't right. It was rude, and it was kind of messed up what happened to him. Rude. So, where the audible got called, and we got someone, arguably just as good, if not better. Yeah,
I mean, Lori Morgan's been around. My mom, what everybody's saying is she's a huge hit from the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, arguably, yes, she's probably...
We got 12 million albums sold. I think you're a big deal when you have a couple million under your
Just
belt.
a couple million. Yeah. Over 25 charted hits. Like, iconic Grand Ole Opry member. I don't even think Chase Rice is part of the Grand Ole Opry. You don't like country, so you didn't know what that means. It's the Grand Ole Opry is basically like the Football Hall of Fame for country music.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why they were like, they had to include that because it's like, hello, like she's so big.
Like Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Wow. Basically.
Well, what do you mean basically? Is it just not that? It's not quite the Hall of Fame?
No, it is. That's what I'm saying. I was kind of like referring it to, it's basically like the Football Hall of Fame sort of thing.
So
but the Grand Ole Opry is,
yeah. The Hall of Fame.
The specifically.
You think they have like a singular Hall of Fame for all of Hall of Fames? It's like, oh, you're in the Hall of Fame for football, but you're not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
Okay, now I gotta Google the Grand Ole Opry because I feel like there is a Hall of Fame for country music, but don't quote me on that.
Like there might be both.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Sure, yeah, look that up.
I am right now.
Like, so the concept would be to like have like a Hall of Fame of Hall of Fames, you know. So like it's like the top of the Hall of Fame in their selective respected areas, and then they ascend even to where it's like, you know, so iconic. Like,
Right.
Maybe Michael Jordan would be in that list, right? Because like he's so iconic that like you don't even have to be related to basketball to know Michael Jordan was one of the most famous basketball players of all time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of basketball, but I know who you want to know the sad thing is? I know who Michael Jordan is because of Space Jam.
Hey, see, he ascends.
But it was a basketball movie. I didn't know it was a real thing until my mom was like, yeah, no, he actually played for the Bulls. And I was like, oh, all right, cool.
Prolific person of his time.
Bro, I was like 5 when that movie.
I know.
When I first watched that movie. All right, so don't get mad at me. Anyway, okay, so the Grand Ole Opry is the live performance showcase that features today's country music stars, superstars, and rising stars, all on one stage every week in Music City.
Wow.
The world famous show is where aspiring stars dream of playing. So it basically is, the Super Bowl. So I think there is a country music Hall of Fame, but then the Grand Ole Opry basically is the Super Bowl. So let me
digress.
Yeah, digress that. Where aspiring stars dream of playing and where music lovers connect with their favorite artists up close at the Opry House.
Sweet.
So, like, I don't know if you would know who Ian Munsick is, but he's from Sheridan. But I think he's played at the Grand Ole Opry.
Whoa.
And he does his own, like, producing and his own label stuff. I'm pretty sure I saw a video of him saying that. Like, that's
cool. Yeah, even if it's close.
Right. Anyway, so back to Lori Morgan, the Duchess of Country Music, it says right here under her name, right here. And then we'll have Chancey Williams. I have not heard any one of his songs, if I'm going to be honest. I've heard great things, but I just haven't.
You know, I think that like I will hear the music. I'm sure like, it's going to echo through the whole town to where it's located up there. It's probably just going to be like the biggest stadium you could think of.
Still at the golf course.
Town.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be super epic to see and just be a part of. I wish we could get the podcast in there and be able to do like maybe a quick interview or something with them. Or
oh my God, that would be so cool.
It would be.
Audra.
It's just that, you know, we also have day jobs. And so I have to take care of my day job. We're, you know, doing some great things over there. I don't want to like... Again, I limit how many times I talk about it, so just we're doing great things.
Right.
When we're ready to like really launch the stuff and like really go full force with it, I will bring up we'll probably just dedicate a whole episode to talking about that kind of stuff, and we can talk about the lineage and how we got here to where we're at, and like the things that are going on, and the helipad that we're going to install, and you know, so like we'll talk about the day jobs, maybe even next episode or something like that. Give us something fun. We could be doing more customer experiences.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of day jobs and whatnot, actually, Aaron and I had a discussion about kind of starting up my own podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna be crap talking. Kind of not really crap talking. Let me rephrase that. So it's gonna be like kind of a random thing. Like we're gonna have discussions on, you know, it could be music, horror movies, literally anything that's random. I mean, I could stub my toe and not feel bad if I said, you know, shit. Sorry, but you know, like
use colorful language.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry. I'll still be respectful about it. Like we're still gonna be respectful about it. But
man, we're gonna have whatever fun.
Yeah, this is probably the second time we've talked about this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, maybe a third officially, but I had the idea of like maybe people would be interested in seeing like like a Taylor's Place kind of podcast where it'd be like we just hang out, you know? And like we talk about the stuff you're talking about, what you're doing in your life, you know. You're also obviously an interesting person, so it'd be
really get down in the
gritty with it. You have a lot of general interests.
Yeah,
some of them include like what horror movies,
Ice Nine Kills. I actually just got introduced to them probably like 4 months ago, and I have all their albums downloaded to Spotify except for their live. I don't like live songs unless I'm actually seeing it live.
I can understand.
I don't know why. Like I don't want to hear the people in the background. I'm here specifically to listen to you. I don't care about the crowd. I mean, I'm sure you do, and I'm really sorry, but like
no, you don't have to apologize. Yeah. So that's kind of an interesting subject to bring up. Is like I hear a lot of people how they just don't like live music, and occasionally I actually do like live music, but I think that maybe I was born in the wrong life sometimes, or my past life was I was a prolific rock artist or something. I was
Woodstock. He was a Woodstock type.
I've always wanted to like be on stage and have my own show, like and
Right.
give that performance. And so when I listen to live music, I'm just like, yeah, like I'm the artist, like come on, tell me you don't like sing the songs that you know, right?
Right.
Well, now like when you listen to the live version of that, you're like, I'm performing this show, and like in my head, I just like it feels really fun.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
the crowd
and I
worked
could
out.
see it, like
So,
how. So we had the Meta, the VR headset, the Meta Quest,
Yes.
and they have it to where you can actually like stand in a concert, and that's cool. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty cool doing that. But like, if I'm out driving around, I can't really close my eyes and pretend I'm at a concert. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you shouldn't. Maybe you
I
should.
could, but I should not. Anyway, so that's kind
So,
of
yeah.
an idea of what we'll be discussing, and
Yeah. We'll go through some of that stuff and shoot a couple episodes off there.
But
So-
real quick, sorry, Ice Nine Kills is dropping a new song on Wednesday, the day before my birthday.
Wow.
So like, happy early birthday to me, even though they don't know it yet. But
Yeah.
like,
They did that for you.
they did that specifically for me because
just
it's
saying.
all about me. Like, no, I'm just
Taylor
kidding.
Swift dropped a whole album on my birthday. So,
See, exactly.
I
Okay,
mean,
you know what? I'm getting a song. You got an album.
So-
I don't know. Get it together, Ice Nine Kills.
no, they're teasing it. They're like, we got to give something for her.
Right.
Like they probably didn't even have a plan to have an album release.
Right.
At least she did. Like so
That's
they're
true.
like, yo, we're gonna make a song just for her.
And just for, Ice Nine Kills is kind of like a
Heavy metal.
ish. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're not listening to Carnifex. Carnifex
Like
is
no one knows
heavy. Yeah. Okay. So Carnifex is literally you can't really. I can understand it, but not everybody can. But I've listened to their songs enough. But it's kind of like an I Prevail mix. So you still have a little bit of the screamo, but you can still understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they sing specifically about horror. So they have songs about Chucky and Ghostface. Jason, literally American Psycho, like
Yeah. A
anything,
lot of the,
like
classic
yes,
horror tropes. Of
yes.
horror
So and I'm a
villains.
huge horror fan, like Ghostface. So that's probably why they're my favorite band. But moving on. Anyhow,
Well, yeah, you ever heard of Sleep Token? I'm just saying.
yeah, Sleep Token's
They
good.
got me. The theatrics and everything.
Yeah, I know Sleep
Yeah.
Token's great, and I love Sleep Token. I don't know. My heart is with Ice Nine Kills right now.
It can be. It could be there. It's fine. It's a good place to be.
100%.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, please like say something, holler at us, and stuff. We'll be throwing it out there. We'll probably link it onto the Voice of Thermop podcast Facebook, and like have links sent out and stuff like that. So that way you guys have a way to get there and find out about it.
Right.
And then we'll make a separate page for it and stuff like that. So that way it could be its own entity, and that will kind of like a brother sister like with Voice of Thermopolis. So.
I don't know if I want to call it Taylor's Place though. We'll have to come up with something pretty cool
All right. Yeah, start brainstorming.
for sure. You get Grok on it.
You get Grok on
Yeah,
it.
get Grok on it.
Yeah, guilty. I like using AI to come up with stuff.
But yeah, Audra's gonna have her coos down there, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh, I know. I just confirmed that because I want to get my kids down there to
Yeah.
check out her Highland cows. You don't get to see Taco over here, but
Love taco.
yeah, you can see it. I mean, they're all over the
Right.
place. So
I'll
I'm
never
sure you've
forget.
seen it.
Never forget when I told Audra I want to cuddle Taco, and she's like, "Here you go on the wall."
Yeah, that episode. If you haven't seen it with Audra and talking about Discovery Days, oh my
Yep.
goodness, it was a good reveal. The freezer camp gets me. If you don't know what freezer camp is, you gotta watch the episode. It's super good. Also, I wanted to put out about the podcast stuff. The Star Plunge episode that we interviewed Roland and Taylor. Not this Taylor.
Roland's daughter.
And we interviewed both of them at the Star Plunge, and we got the breakdown for everything that's going on there. And then we also interviewed,
Brooks Jordan.
Brooks Jordan. Yes, Brooks was the hard part. I was
Right.
stumped on. So Brooks Jordan, the director of the parks, we interviewed him. We sat down. The audio quality could be better, but we got the time with him. His time was limited, and he reached out. We got that interview with him. Please go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, we
If
got
you're-
both sides of the story.
really want to understand what's going on with the park.
Right.
Those two episodes together, it's worth the time, worth the watch. You can even skip a little bit ahead. I think Spotify does really good to let you know the chapters kind of what's going on, like what we're talking about. But check those out. It really does break down what's going on at the park on both ends, so you understand the true story instead of just this bandwagon stuff where
Right.
people like to just be like, whoa, we're on team this and we're on team that. Like, we don't have to be on a team, guys. Let's be on team fact.
All right.
And be about
I still think we need to
educated.
get people from the state
Yeah.
to sit down with us too and kind of, I mean, I know we
Sure.
got Brooks Jordan, but I still think, having kind of more outsiders and whatever.
Yeah, they're looking for a third party right now currently. So that's
Yep.
the newest update is they're looking for a third party that can be able to run the Star Plunge. That's both agreed upon by the park and
Roland.
They're looking for a third party to be able to do that, so that way we can have the Star Plunge be open. So there is a possibility the Star Plunge will be open. It would not be owned and operated, or it wouldn't be operated by Roland. But it would still allow it to be open and functional to be able to be accessible for people. So there is a possibility of that. If you guys want to see that, shout out. Like start talking about that, and getting the word out that that's what you want to see. And if you have good suggestions of business owners that understand how to run a hot springs or things like that, you have connections, then put their name in the ring. Maybe give them a shout out. But yeah, we can have the pool open. It would be cool. It'd be fun. It's unfortunate the way it would have to be set up, but it's still something.
Right.
Better than nothing, I think. That's the census of that. So
just go check out the episodes if you haven't.
check out the episodes if you aren't educated on what's going on with the matter. Those episodes are very informative. If you walk away with questions, you can always reach out to us, and we can clear those up. You don't even have to reach out to them directly. We can do that for you, or reach out to them directly if you have a question about what something they said, and call them out on it. So hey, you said something about this, and this. Was that right?
Right.
So we don't have a bias. We try to remain biased on this podcast.
Unbiased.
This podcast is. Did I?
Yeah, you said we try to remain biased. So we got to be unbiased.
Absolutely not.
Unbiased. As unbiased as possible.
Yeah, we're not picking sides. The sides is fact. The side is truth, and the side is what you guys are wanting to know about. So, again, with the podcast, with everything we kind of do here with the Voice of Thermopolis, it's to inform Thermopolis people of what's going on in their town, what's going on in their county, and show you guys some cool things along the way. So. Look forward to seeing some more customer experience videos.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
We gotta talk to Audra still about that.
So, yeah, I think we're going to do Copper Coup. Is definitely on the list. I want to reach out to Broadway Bakery. I want to reach out to the Storyteller, any small locally owned businesses that would be interested in setting something like that up. It'd be just reach out if you want. If I don't already reach out to you, regardless, either way, let's promote what we have going on to each other. Let's go promote to what we got going on to the world, and we'll see. We'll see where everything goes. It's a community together is going to thrive together. If we're all divided and we're all in different sections and we're all in these different camps, it's how are we supposed to be able to grow when we don't have a direction?
Right.
So. That's what everybody wants to see is a thriving Thermopolis and enjoy this beautiful town we have. 4th of July was amazing.
Yeah, how was your 4th?
It was pretty good. We kind of chilled at work. It wasn't as busy as I expected during the peak hours. It was actually around the peak hours, so that was really
Yeah, right? We were a lot busier than I expected.
But it was really nice to be able to after the fact of work, being able to shoot off some fireworks, get them thrown in my face and stuff like that. So it was really fun. You got to shoot off your first Roman
Yes,
candle.
I did. Yes, I did.
I was so nervous, guys.
I was freaking out. It specifically says, do not hold in your hand. What else are you supposed to do,
Hey, please, if you shoot off a Roman candle, other than just holding it and shooting it off into the air, let me know. How else do you do it?
Right.
Are you supposed to have a special apparatus?
So I was on where was I? I don't remember if I was on a delivery or if I was getting the mac and cheese from my mom. Dropping it off. I was dropping the mac and okay.
Yep.
So I had got some chicken nuggets. They were sitting in the freezer and I was like, ooh, this sounds good. And Aaron's like, what are you doing for dinner? And I said, I got chicken nuggets in the freezer. And he goes, okay, bet. So I made the chicken nuggets. And he goes, you know what? Mac and cheese. So we went and he bought the stuff for my mom. And she made us 3 boxes of mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. And it was so good. I don't know why, but my mom just makes, even in the box, mac and cheese. It's the best mac and cheese ever.
She could open a business just doing that.
Yeah. It was, and so we had dino nuggies and mac and cheese. And I love nuggets so much that I have a buddy in Sheridan that calls me T-Nuggy.
T-Nuggy.
T-Nuggy. Yeah, he literally put that on my stocking one year for Christmas.
Aww.
It was awesome. I loved it. Anyway, so yeah, we sat there and kind of watched your family shoot off the little firecrackers and stuff in the parking lot. And I did have like my first delivery, I think it was. I delivered to some guys who were like, okay, here you go. And then I was like, okay, have a good day. And then they're like, you want to shoot off a firework before you go back? I was like, bet. Anyhow, I lost track. So I was coming back to the store, and so a friend of mine had Snapchatted me, and she's like, I left you something, and like wouldn't tell me what it is. So she was getting ready to leave as I was pulling up. So I stopped and was like, what'd you leave me? And she goes, you'll find out. I was like, this is crap. Like, I don't like surprises. What'd you leave me? Yeah. And she goes, you'll find out. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I go inside, I'm kind of looking, and I was like, Aaron, what'd she leave me? And he like is still doing something else. Aaron, what'd she leave me? Doing something. Aaron's like, can you help me do this? And I was like, I'm trying to find what was left. Like, and he was like, oh, Roman candles. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, that's some really cool Roman candles. Okay.
They were sweet. Yeah. They were sweet. So I snapped her and was like, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Like, never shot off a Roman candle before, and it was blast.
I should like clip in a video into this podcast of like the Roman candle video I watched. It was this little kid, and he was kind of like nervous, really little toddler, right? And he's holding it, and she's trying to light the Roman candle, and he keeps like moving it away from the flame because he's nervous. And she's like, just let me light this. And he's like holding it still, and then she gets it lit, and he runs into the house holding it, and she's like, no, and he runs in the house, and you hear it go. Pew, pew. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's Taylor's first time. It was on camera. Like, no.
I wish it was. We should have got that on video, but
you just running right on into it.
I should have. That would have been funny. I did make Aaron shoot off one though, so I could see. I was like, I don't know what to do.
It did say don't hold in hand. I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to lead her wrong for her first one and have like this catastrophic thing happen. Right.
That would be my luck, honestly.
So I did the first one. It was cool. They shot out and they exploded and did a whole thing. So that was fun.
The sheriff came by.
We had the fireworks show that lasted pretty good. It was from the town. Here's an idea I had. All right, and if somebody is listening to this and knows more about this, let me know. But the town spends, say, over $1,000. I don't know the number, right? So like over $1,000 in the fireworks shows and purchasing the fireworks and zoning and all this kind of stuff. What about the town, instead of trying to do their own show, they just supplement the purchases from the townsfolk for the fireworks that they're buying here in town. So it's a locally driven thing. And then they designate a place to be able to shoot off fireworks for the town. So the town gets together with all the fireworks that they bought that have been helped supplemented by the town fund, the firefighters and all that. And we have this great big area blocked off with fire truck on standby, and everyone gets to shoot off all their fireworks, and the show becomes everyone enjoying shooting them off.
That'd be cool.
And we try to, adhere to safety, and some guidelines there, picking up after yourself, like doing that. And then you get everybody involved, but also like we all get to see all these really cool fireworks just kind of shooting up and stuff like that.
Speaking of, did you know that Obadiah Bishop actually did the show this year?
Oh, yeah?
Because I saw on Facebook that the normal people they hired to do the show couldn't make it this year, so Obadiah Bishop did it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So that's cool. So shout out to Obadiah. I mean, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it because I was at work, but from the bits that I saw, it was pretty neat.
Right.
So.
And to be able to manage that and handle that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So shout out. Thank you very much for your service and for helping us out with that.
Yeah.
For the town. The whole town is thankful. Not that I speak for the whole town all the time, but in this
we are called the voice of Thermopolis. So right now
moment,
we are speaking for the whole town when we say thank you, Obadiah. Really.
Yeah. And if someone has a problem with me thanking someone like that, then go ahead, step up.
Square up. Crab people.
Square up. What? Square up.
I know, but it made me think of South Park for the crab people. Exactly. Stupid.
So, anyways, 4th of July went really well. We're going to go into probably even a bigger blowout, and then we're going to be doing the Discovery Days. I want to do that one more time. Yeah, Discovery Days, guys, please go be part of it. Enjoy it, even if you dip in for just a little while.
At least for the food.
Yeah, there's food. Hello.
If
you don't eat, who are you?
What is wrong with you?
So check that stuff out, guys. And the coos. Oh my God, I'm gonna be
coos.
I really want to go say hi to the little cows.
I did cuddle.
Oh, I want to feed one. Man. Anyways, so please let's make this happen. Again, we said this previously in another episode. having these big concert here, this is our shot to see if it's viable. So please be a part of it. Buy your tickets, and help support something like this.
Yeah.
If you buy it, if you buy a ticket, maybe you can give it to somebody, or you can, if you can't afford to buy a ticket but you have a few bucks, there are ways to donate toward the Discovery Days and show your support of the town. So anything helps, even volunteering, things like that. Like, please, it's not too late to be able to be on the docket for that kind of stuff. So please just, if you're actually want to support the town, this is a great way to do it. To help promote this, get the word out, buy a ticket, donation, time. There's a lot of different ways to be able to be involved in this, and this is going to be big for us of Thermopolis.
Yeah, and you guys, if you have any questions about the concert, I'm sure you can always come down to the Copper Coup and talk to Audra. She has always been very willing for us to answer any questions that we have for it. And doesn't hesitate at all for that. And so you can get tickets for Lori Morgan and Chancey Williams at the Thermopolis Chamber of Commerce, OEB Restaurant, and the Copper Coup.
Yes.
So go visit them, go get your tickets for the show. We need to, because we want this to be a reoccurring thing. We want something like this to happen every summer because, we don't really get a whole lot of stuff anymore. Other than Discovery Days, the 4th would have been essentially it until Derby.
Yeah, until the Derby. And then the Derby was the last hurrah before that.
Yeah.
So we still have a Derby coming up. So that's a thing. I don't have the dates for you guys there, but of course, we're going to get that. Stars and Pipes, they are awesome, and they will... Well, maybe we'll get them on for the next episode, so that way we can...
He still owes me a hat.
We can give them one down. And get your hat. We get to collect.
His wife came through the drive-thru the other day, and I was like, you better tell him. I saw her at the rodeo, and she's like, he knows.
He's listening to the pod. Yeah. So, hey, yo.
I'm watching you, Braden. Come on, buddy.
That's all right. So... I gotta grab my hat. I gotta be wearing it for the pod. I can wear it for the pod. I have my Thermopolis hat though. I really like it. It's representative.
I've just got my Huey hat on today. Not my Huey hat. Nope. Kimes Ranch.
It says Kimes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes me think of Kendra. Kendra's cool. Shout out.
To. I was doing a delivery the other day.
Yeah.
Big old tree fell in her yard.
Oh.
So I call Kendra. She doesn't answer. So she messages me later, and she gets off work, and I was like, "Did you know about this tree?" She's like, "Yeah, it." Down all over the what is that, the trailer she had out front, the roots were sticking up out of the ground, it was bad. And I was I just wanted to make sure you knew about it. Dang,
do you have to pay to get that kind of stuff removed?
I have no idea. I didn't go that deep into it with her.
Yeah, it's hey, somebody with some chainsaws, I want some firewood.
Yeah, right, come get it.
Hey.
But yeah, shout out to Kendra, you're amazing. I love you so much.
She's a doll. Yeah. She's a doll. And she's so good with the kids and everything. Man, my heart.
Yep.
But it's getting busy in here. We gotta wrap things up, huh? I don't want to take up people's time and space and stuff if we don't have to. Yeah, it's not usually this busy, which is.
I just want you guys to know the sweet tea is so good.
She's a wizard. Even this water is super tasty.
I walk in and Audra's like, I know. Thank you.
I told her, I was like, yeah, Taylor's getting her usual.
I know. I walk in, set down my cup, and she goes,
"It's already brewed.
It's already seeping. We got it." I'm like, okay. It's so good.
All right. We're going to wrap this up, guys. Appreciate everything. Appreciate your time. Thermopolis.
Thanks for listening. Or thanks for listening to me just talk the whole time.
Yeah, please share the episodes, guys. Let's get this information out to people. We'll have more episodes more often.
Yeah.
It's a matter of just vacation had come up. We had events coming up. There's a lot of stuff we're doing again at work. So my time has been wrapped up there quite a bit. So I apologize, for not having more episodes out more consistently lately. It's that summer rush that everyone's getting into. So we'll get back to it.
Hopefully after this weekend we should be able to get calmer.
Yeah, hopefully. It's all knocking on the proverbial wood. So, anyways, Thermopolis, we love you. This has been the Voice of Thermop podcast.
Don't forget to wish me a happy birthday on Thursday.
Wish her happy birthday on Facebook, everybody. It tells you. It tells you. When
it literally tells you.
So you should be getting 150 happy birthdays. And if you don't, then maybe Thermopolis failed you a little bit.
Probably. No, just kidding.
Love you guys.
See ya.
We're out.
Dusty boots on a wooden floor. Small town nights we crave for more. Fiddle cries and the banjo hums. The party starts when the night becomes